Well, I think I've been miscast, really. I should be the princess, and there's been a terrible miscarriage of justice. So I'm going to be doing my level best throughout rehearsals to play the princess as I should be.
So I'm playing the giant. It's a big role. He is the giant of the kingdom, and I have a henchman, Cess, who does all of my dirty work. But as well as the giant, I'm also playing Harold the Herald and an assortment of other characters, so I'll be in and out of wonderful costumes running about the stage, no doubt.
I am playing Fairy Story, who is the narrator of our tale. So I don't get to hang out on stage with lots of people very often, but I get to hang out with the audience a lot, which is really, really great, and I love playing that kind of part. I get to sing some songs, hopefully I'll get to tell some jokes, and also I'm hoping I'll get to help some people out, which would be nice.
I play a character called Cess, and he is, well, he's the villain, yeah.
I love playing the hero. I've been playing a villain for 2 years in HOLLYOAKS, so it's really nice to come back and be a good guy again. Ooh, my favourite fairy tale is probably Cinderella, because it is the biggest, I guess, story of all time. But Jack and the Beanstalk has a special place for me. It was the first panto I ever did. And it's great to be reenacting part of Jack again here in Derby Arena, so I'm really excited about that because it's a really fun show.
I think it's Cinderella because I love the ugly stepsisters. I want to play one of them one day, so fingers crossed.
I've always loved Jack and the Beanstalk. It was one of the first pantos that I ever saw, and I just love the layers to it with all the different wonderful characters that you meet along the way, and the chicken, the harp player, and then of course the big giant at the end, and that whole chase down the beanstalk, and it's action packed along the way. So that would probably be my favourite, but who knows? There are so many to think of.
I really love Sleeping Beauty, actually. That's my favourite.
Does Robin Hood count? Yeah. Does Robin Hood count? I think, yeah. I mean, Robin Hood is, yeah, kind of folklore, isn't it? I love Robin Hood. I think Maid Marian's very cool. Yeah, I like that one.
I can be a magic bean, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, a magic bean, because magic beans, well, I don't want to turn into a beanstalk, but they're magic, so I could be any bean. I could just transform into anything I wanted.
Oh, the baked bean. Absolutely the baked bean. I love baked beans. Because they make you make funny noises.
I'd be a magic bean, obviously, that's a no-brainer, because then the potential to do anything is, infinity. So yeah, magic bean.
I'd be a French bean. Is that a thing? French bean's a thing, right? Because I've let my French go. I spoke French for a really long time and now I don't. And so if I was a French bean, I'd be fluent again, and that would be really great.
No, never. And I would actually really like to have a go at it. So I don't know whether that's allowed once we start the show. Obviously I don't want to get an injury or anything, but yeah, I'd love to try. It looks so difficult, so I'd love to be able to say that I've done it.
No, I've never been track cycling before. I'd really like to, so hopefully this Christmas is my opportunity.
I've never been track cycling before, but it looks pretty scary. And I think if I did it, I might not be here for Panto, so it's best that I don't do it.
He's not going to say anything. I think he's going to whip out a guitar and sing me a Mexican lullaby whilst dancing around on this table. And he's here for the ice cream, of course.
He says, "Of course, warm. Can I get an ice cream?" I don't know. A penguin.
I hope he says, "Hey Beth, do you want a penguin bar?" and gives me a cup of tea, and then you can do that thing where you bite off the end and then you suck up the tea through the penguin bar. That's what I'd hope for.
Well, you should come and see the Panto, because we have got absolutely everything you could wish for. Not only have we got my most gorgeous son, the lovely Duncan James, but we've got giants, there's a cow. I mean, what more do you want, honestly? It's going to be a stunner. Get your tickets booked.
Oh, there are so many reasons to list. I mean, the wonderful cast who I have met today, as well as the amazing script writing. I worked with Little Wolf last year, and the script is fantastic, and it just grows and grows with rehearsal, working with all of the cast. The arena is fantastic, and it's such a fantastic space to fill with gorgeous sets and costumes. The costumes are insane too. Oh, there's just too many reasons. You just need to come and watch it and find out for yourself.
We've got a great cast. We've got Duncan Blue. I mean, that's incredible. There's going to be lots of laughs, lots of great songs, and it's just going to be a load of fun. So I think it's an amazing way to spend your Christmas.
Because it is family entertainment here in Derby, it's got some really great characters in it, and a really cool Beanstalk. You're going to love it.
I love Panto. Ever since I was a little boy, I used to go with my mum and my grandparents to go and see Pantos. So for me, it's a tradition, and of course it is a huge English tradition as well. And I just love being a part of something so special and so spectacular. And I think this year is going to be extra special because we're in such an amazing arena, and the sets and the outfits and everything is just incredible.
The thing I love most about Panto is the music. I love all the big, the big numbers, like pop songs that you have. I love the costumes, which I get to wear, pretty things. Everything's very sparkly, it's really colourful. And I also just love the atmosphere of Panto. It's everyone's involved, the audience are getting active and being very vocal. So it feels like everyone's kind of in it together, and it's really exciting.
So it was the first thing I ever saw. I saw Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs at the Princess Theatre in Torquay, and I absolutely loved it. And then it's been part of my life going to the pantomime, and then I worked in a theatre for a bit where we had pantomime every Christmas, and then as soon as I became a professional actor, I was like, I want to be in a pantomime. I just love it. It's just great family entertainment.
My favourite one so far was Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady.
I did a tour of the Railway Children last year, and I played a character called John. I was an understudy for that character, but it was a really fun character to play.
Do you know, I love performing in arenas. I grew up with Blue performing in arenas around the world, and it's great to be back in an arena, especially in Derby. And it's a great place, so I'm really excited to be spending my Christmas here.
Ooh, I'm a really keen cyclist, so I think being in the velodrome is quite exciting. But really, I grew up in the West Midlands, but Derby is ashamedly a place I've never been to. So I'm just really excited to get to know another part of the world that I'm from.
It's wonderful to be back here, because the Derby Panto audiences always come out looking for such a good time, and at the arena we're just able to go so big with the show and so spectacular that hopefully everyone has a really good, fun night out.
I grew up in the Midlands. I went to primary school in Fradley and then moved to Devon. So I'm really looking forward to coming back to perform in the Midlands. I've got lots of family that live in Derby, so it's going to be sort of a family Christmas, which is the first time that's happened with Panto, because it's quite a big schedule. So it'll be nice to have my family around me for that.
I'm so excited. I love Christmas, so this time of year I'm already, full of beans anyway, but the fact that we're doing Panto, it's in Derby, I'm from Derbyshire, I'm from Wirksworth. My first ever job, my professional job, was in Derby, and I also did Derby Youth Theatre, so it's really exciting just to kind of come home, really.
I think one of the best things about Derby is all of the gorgeous men who come just to see me at Christmas, and I am looking forward to meeting all of the eligible bachelors that Derby has to offer. So if you're near the front, I've got my eye on you.
I am very lucky. I've had a career doing lots of different things, but my roots always come back to Blue. I love the boys. We get to travel the world, and we've had the most amazing time working with incredible artists like Elton John and Stevie Wonder, and for those memories I will always have to say Blue, because Blue has a place.
I was very excited and so chuffed, and I was so shocked as well. Last year was my first ever panto, so I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I was absolutely gobsmacked. I'm still absolutely gobsmacked.
I think Ryan Knight might have tried to bump off some of the characters. He definitely would have got rid of that cesspit guy, 100%.
I can, but I've been described as an interesting dancer, so yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
Oh, you never know what's going to happen. Anything could happen, especially in Panto, because everyone joins in and people yell stuff at you and you never know what people are going to yell at you, and that's really, really exciting, and it's just lovely to feel the audience reaction and play off that, and you know, it's nice to make people laugh and actually know that you're making them laugh or not, and yeah, it's just really exciting. I like the aspect of not quite knowing what's going to happen next.
Unfortunately, anything I've ever tried to kind of grow has always died. I did have a Venus flytrap once, which I thought was really cool, but it didn't catch any flies and it didn't really live long. So, no, I wouldn't say I'm good at gardening. I've got more blue fingers than green fingers.
So, believe it or not, this is one of the more subtle ones. I think we've got about 9 different frocks in the show this year, and they get gradually more and more ridiculous as the evening goes on, and there are some real stunners in there, but you will have to book your tickets to see them.